Hey, second graders, welcome to our final week of this PBL. This is where we get to create something for our exhibition. It's really exciting. Okay, so you should have just listened to the read aloud of the important book. And now we're going to tie that into what we're about to do today. So sometimes books that authors have written can give us ideas for the kinds of books that we can write. This author's writing has given me an idea for a book that our class could write about schools. We're going to work together to create an informative book that compares our school with the doorstep school. Okay, so just as we've done with other writing pieces, we're going to learn from a model. So look right here at this top learning target. I can analyze a model of the most important thing about schools book. All right, so to analyze something means to examine it or look at it closely. So what I want you to look at with me right now is a chart of the parts of the important book. Okay, so this chart right here shows that the most important thing about school's book is going to have these four parts here. It's going to have a focus statement. It's going to have information about the differences between two schools. It's going to have information about similarities between two schools. And then it's going to have a conclusion. And where it says two schools, I want you thinking the doorstep school and my school. Those are the two schools. All right. Does this sound familiar to you? Does this sound like when we were doing our problem and solution informational paragraphs? Yeah, it should, because it has those same parts. It has that focus statement and conclusion. And then those middle detail sentences are going to be differences and similarities to compare and contrast. All right, so now just as a review, we are going to take up, I have a paragraph here that's written about the school in the rainforest in Shishwao. And what we're going to do is I'm going to read to you a part of the paragraph and you're going to guess where it needs to go. And I'm going to tape it then on my board here that has my focus statement, differences, similarities, and conclusion. Okay? Are you ready? I'm going to, let's see, make this big. Okay, there we go. Now you'll be able to see my board a lot better. Okay, you ready? Here's the first little piece I've got. See it? In the school in Shishwao, students learn math and science. That's a lot like what we do at our school. We learn math and science too. What does that sound like? That sounds like similarities. It's talking about how at their school they learn math and science and we do too. So I'm going to put that under similarities. Okay, here's another one. In Shishwao, students ages 4 to 16 all learn in the same classroom. In my school, the students in a classroom are mostly the same age. Okay. That's a detail about Shishwao schools, and it's different there than it is here. So that's going to go under differences. Right. Okay. Schools around the world may be different or they may be similar. That's got to be the focus statement. Schools around the world may be different or they may be similar. It's kind of like you're getting ready to tell your audience about that. So you figured, I'm going to get their brains thinking about how that's true, And I'm going to make that be my focus statement. Okay, you ready for another one? In Xixhuao, Brazil, there are 19 children in the school. In my school, there are 300 children. What do you think? I think it's another difference. 19 or 300, that's a big difference. So I got two things going under differences. Okay, here's another one. Students in Xixhuao, Brazil use the internet to learn. So do we. What's that? You got it. It's a similarity. I'm going to tape it up here. That's two similarities. I've got that they learn math and science. We learn math and science. They use the internet. So do we. That's two similarities, two differences. Well, there is only one part left, right? We've got our focus statement, two differences, two similarities. You're right. It's the conclusion. And here's why we're calling this the important thing about schools book. You ready? Listen to this good conclusion. It's borrowed from Margaret Wise Brown's book. Schools around the world may be similar or they may be different. But the important thing about schools is that they are places where you can learn and grow. Look what I did there. I told them my focus statement again. Schools around the world may be similar or they may be different. But the important thing about schools is that they are places where you can learn and grow. Yeah, that reminds me how Margaret Wise Brown did that. Remember how she would tell you something and then she would give you all those details in the middle and then she would always come back at the end and say, but the important thing about whatever is, and she'd tell you what she had told you in the very beginning. That's why this is going to be the important thing about schools book. Okay, so finally, let me get you some directions here. Today, you're going to use your red reading notebook, next clean page, and you are going to write a focus statement, two similarities between our school and the doorstep school, and two differences between our school and the doorstep school. We're not going to write the conclusion yet. That's a special part that I have a special way I'm going to teach you to do that. So you're going to write 5 things today, okay? So you know that you're going to do the focus statement, you're going to write 2 differences and 2 similarities. Save the conclusion. You're going to write 5 things in your red reading notebook. I would like for you to skip lines. This is a draft, and then we're going to revise it and edit it and make it better. So as you're writing in your red reading notebook today, skip lines, but write those parts in order. Get your focus statement, get 2 differences and 2 similarities, and remember, you are comparing our school, Dunn Elementary, with the doorstep school, okay? I know you can do this. And I want to show you one more thing. You have on the very next slide, let me get back over here.